Maverick 100.9, Aggie Land's country alternative. I feel like this interview has taken way too long for us to get to, but I am finally joined by Autumn Ragland of Ragland. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Now, I have spoken with your husband before. We all know Sam Cox. He's been on air with us here on Maverick. But before there was Sam Cox, there was Ragland. We played your singles on Maverick, but you took off some time for mom duty, didn't you?
Yeah, that's what he tells everybody. Oh, she just wanted to be a mom. If you talk to Sam, yeah, we did. We took off some time to kind of get used to having a kid. We ended up fostering a 4-year-old at the time. Now she's 5. And so we really need to take time off to do that and kind of figure out what we wanted to do with the rest of our life kind of situation.
Well, that's a complicated, well, being a musician in general is complicated. And, you know, you're in a band with your husband, also complicated. Fostering is very complicated, very rewarding, but.
Yes. I've already had 3 appointments today, that one of them got canceled that I was supposed to have. So I was supposed to have 4 appointments today, getting calls from judges. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's every day. So.
Well, I commend you for it. Personally, you're my hero because I've always wanted to do it. So one of these days, I'm going to try and take after you.
Yes. Okay. For sure. If you need any tips, just call me. You know, I'll tell you what maybe you can do.
There you go.
Truly know.
I don't think anybody does. And that just comes with parenting in general. Parenting it's not an easy thing, and you can put all the filters on it you want, but that's not really what it is.
It's nuts.
Well, I've been seeing in videos that your little one is becoming just as much of a big star as her mom. I love seeing all that, and we'll have to talk more about that later. But what does she think about the new single that you guys have released to us called On Fire?
She probably don't know nothing about it. She don't know nothing about it. I think she thinks that everybody's parents play music. Like, you know, like that's like a normal thing. Like she doesn't realize that it's like, you know, not most people will do this. So she doesn't think we're cool. She doesn't think we're cool.
Oh, no, not another one. They never do. Well, I think you're cool. And I am very happy for your return. And we got to talk about this single here. It's called On Fire. And you did this with Mike McClure, who I'm a huge fan of. How did all that come about?
Well, I mean, I didn't really I wasn't a huge fan of the band or anything, you know, The Great Divide. Mainly just because I'm young and I didn't really know who they were. but Sam's like a music nerd and he knows everybody and anything in music, and he knew who he was, and he knew he was working in his studio a little bit more often. At the time he reached out, and he just reached out over the Facebook page, and it was I think a couple months had gone by and he didn't get any reply, and he was like, oh, that's embarrassing.
Oh.
But then his girlfriend at the time had started taking over management and stuff, and she emailed him back and was like, hey, he's really bad at replying, but we want to work with you. And so we just did. And
then the magic happened. See, I know Mike McClure because before moving to College Station, Texas, I lived in Stillwater, Oklahoma, which is where he is based out of, and kind of a legend in that area.
I have learned all this with him. I'm just flustered, you know. He's like my celebrity crush.
Right, exactly. Well, we've got to listen to Ragland and the celebrity crush, Mike McClure. This is On Fire on Maverick 100.9.
Up on TV, will you forget to watch me and turn a movie on? When and every record's broken, will you still leave me hoping I'll be number one? All that I do is never enough. You made it clear, only a drug, but you wanna get higher, make the flames burn brighter, but I'm already on fire. I'm already on fire. If rainbows weren't a promise, the rain just kept on falling, would you sail my way? Would we build a boat together, keep an eye on the weather, wait for things to change? All that I do is never enough. You made it clear, only a drug, but you wanna get higher, make the flames burn brighter, but I'm already on fire. I'm already on fire. I'm already on fire, fire, fire. I'm already on fire, fire. If I end up on TV, will you forget to watch me and turn the movie on?
You just heard it here first on Maverick 100.9. That was On Fire, the new single from Ragland featuring Mike McClure. I'm definitely digging the new single, and I am digging the fact that Ragland is back together because it is you, Autumn Ragland, your husband, Sam Cox. And tell me a little bit about the rest of the band.
Okay, so we've gone through, different lineups over the years, but I think one of our solid players is our drummer right now, Javen. Javen Long. He's just a really great guy, and he adds something to our band. Like, he's the only drummer I'll work with. Like, let's just say so. My favorite. He knows how to make everything sound like I want it to sound. We're very connected in that way, I think. And then the other, the newest member is my brother, Hunter Ragland. So yes, he was playing with Sam a lot, and he hadn't been involved in music the way I had ever been. But he's always liked it, and he picked up guitar a lot. And Sam kind of was like, "Hey, I want you to play bass for me." And Hunter's like, "Dude, I don't know how to play bass." But then Sam taught him how to play bass. And so then,
of course.
And then they went on the road together. And I was like, you have some shows under your belt now. Why don't you come try and join our band? And he's been great. So
if anybody ever wondered why Ragland is called Ragland, it is literally a family band.
I know, isn't that funny? Like, back then, like when we first started, it wasn't like that. And now it's like,
right.
Yeah, it literally is like Ragland the family. So
I want to be a part of that family. I love it.
You're an honorary Ragland. I'm knighting you. This is the knight, or the knife, or is it a sword? The sword.
I think it depends on where you are. I don't know. I wish I could say I was that cultured. I am not. Well, normally this is the part of the interview where I tell everybody, go follow Ragland, get the new single, blah, 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 blah. But honestly, I want everybody who has a TikTok to go follow you on TikTok. I love the music series you're doing there. Tell everybody who's listening a little bit about that, because I would explain it horribly.
No, I bet you do fine. But so I just really love songwriting. That's my main thing, my main hobby and love of my life, just like slightly under Sam, sometimes above. And I just wanted to try like a challenge where I challenged myself to write a song a day for 90 days. So I'm doing that, and then I'm posting basically just kind of like the first verse and chorus on TikTok, because I've never used TikTok. I kind of want to learn how to use it because it looks really fun, and it gives kind of like a younger generational vibe. And we always kind of have to look for that when you're a musician, on how to connect with them. A day in the life of a musician, things like that. But mostly it's just I'm doing a 90-day song writing thing where I'm going to write a song a day for 90 days. And that's where you can find it. It's on TikTok.
Boy, that's going by fast. Well, I love watching them. I love your songwriting. I love listening to you sing. I just love you. I'm just going to sit here and confess my love to you right here on Maverick. So other than TikTok, of course, you can follow Ragland. Where else can we find you? I know you guys are probably going to start touring, everything like that very soon. Where can we get the details?
So you can go to theragland.com or theragland.com, however you want to say it. And we're, on on Instagram and Facebook. That's it, I think.
Right. Go find Ragland and fall in love with him as much as I have.